Good morning. My name is Prophet C. Brazell. Welcome to another day of Bible prophecy. Today, I want to discuss with you visions that God given me. November 20, 2000. The destruction of the Twin Tower Trade Center building. Now, this is part of a previous recording that I made early on a previous uh, uh, YouTube I sent out before, but this I just find it's necessary to create a continuation of the first few because I didn't. It's something that I had to express and other information that I have gotten that I had kind of hid back in the archives of my records. That I feel that it was important to show these things and reveal these things to you concerning this matter. Now, what I am concerned about, if this vision, God gave me this vision before the knocking down of the Twin Tower Trade Center buildings, and also it was made part of Bible prophecy spoken of in Daniel chapter 8, Ezekiel chapter 9. Then how are we to say that the alleged bin Laden was the author of the knocking down the Twin Tower Trade Center building? If these were spoken by God to over 2,000 years before the birth, even before the birth of bin Laden, even before Jesus had gone to the cross. If this was part of Bible prophecy and it transcended into the knocking down of the Trade Center building today, then how are we to say that the knocking down the Twin Tower Trade Center buildings was the work of one man or one nation, and it was a God who came thousands of years, spoke these things thousands of years before the Trade Center was even thought of, and before America was even created? He spoke these things concerning this matter, and these things came to pass on time, and in place. So this is not the works of bin Laden. He was not the author of the knocking down the Trade Center buildings. This had to be done caused by the hands of God for sure. So when we go and we go after a source that according to the flesh, according to the way we think, then yet a God spoke concerning this matter over 2,000 years ago, even before the birth of Jesus Christ, before Jesus Christ was even born. God, the Father, had set the pattern and revealed these things to us through Jesus Christ, all of these things which will take place before the return of Jesus Christ. This is the thing that we must consider. Well, there's another part that I created in part of this early recording. It's about the space shuttle flight, the first space shuttle flight. This is what we call the end of time timepiece. Why we say that? We know every vehicle created by the hands of man have a lifespan. It's governed by a lifespan. That means from the first day it moves off the manufacturer, from where it's created and made, until the duration of its voyage upon the earth as it goes as a vehicle, whether it's up on the roadway or in outer space. It have a lifespan which cannot be used unless it run the risk of stress, of metal, or whatever the material is made of, will break up in pieces. So therefore, we could use this here space shuttle as an end of time timepiece, depending upon the lifespan upon which it was designed to be. So by God using this in Bible prophecy, it tells us it's the return of Jesus will come within the lifespan of this vehicle in question, which God has spoken concerning this vehicle in part of Bible prophecy, beginning in Ezekiel chapter 1. I want to go to Ezekiel chapter 1, and I want to read something about this matter if I can, and I want to go back to where I'm at right now, if I can get this in right here. And I want to show you something. I'm going to show you that God said it was 4 of these. Excuse me. Ezekiel chapter 1. Now it came to pass in the 13th year, in the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river Sheba, that the heavens were open, and I saw visions of God. In the 5th day of the month, which was the 5th year of King Jehoiakim captivity, the word of the Lord came expressly unto Ezekiel the priest, the son of Brazell, and the land of the Chaldees by the river Sheba, and the hand of the Lord was there upon him. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north. This is where the vehicle family tree came from, out of the north. A great cloud and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. And out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures. It says 4, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man. They had the likeness of the man, and meaning the man was the navigator. Well, let me read to you a clipping from 1981, April 14th. Columbia launched on its first shuttle flight. The Columbian surges into orbit. April 14th, the Space Shuttle Columbia completed its first orbit flight. Today, when it landed at Edwards Air Force Base in California. Columbia, the world's first reusable spacecraft, orbited the Earth 36 times during a flight of 54 hours and 22 minutes, carrying 2 astronauts, John W. Young and Robert L. Crippen. Space Agency officer says Columbia's next orbit flight could come in as little as 6 months, but only if damage to the ceramic tiles of its heat shield is minor. The major problems of the flight was the discovery that some tiles had been lost during liftoff from Cape Canaveral, but officials say the damage does not appear to be severe. The Space Shuttle program, which has cost $10 billion so far, is designed to make orbital flight inexpensive and routine. The goal is to have a shuttle flight every 2 weeks, with the spacecraft carrying payloads up to 65 tons into orbit. In addition to Columbia, 3 other orbiters are being built. It said 3 other orbiters, so it says 4 living creatures. So if that's the one and 3 more being built, that means it's going to total 4. Consistent with Ezekiel chapter 1, that God said it was 4 living creatures. He told you number the space shuttles that the United States was going to make